You get everything you're saying without marriage.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is this: you may, you may get away with it. You know what I'm saying? You can pull it off. Don't get me wrong, men can pull it off. But here's the thing, this beast talk, we keep it 100 over here. Everybody who tuning in came in to get the truth. That type of mentality is the mentality of a weak man. All men who think that way, these are weak men that we have in our culture.
I agree.
We have a lot of weak men who want to use women and don't give them nothing in return. They don't think they deserve nothing. These women are laying it all on the line for a lot of men out here to walk away with nothing in the end. And then a lot of men turn around and say, "What's wrong with the women? Why they acting this way? Why they got these walls up?" Okay, well, somebody burned them along the way and had that same mentality of, "Oh, well, I don't have to marry her to get this and get that and waste all these years of her life." You're gonna put her back out there in her 30s and her 40s, and guess what? Me ain't gonna be like, "Well, I don't know. You don't want to have kids. You don't want this. You don't want that," because she gave her best years to somebody else who was
Right.
had that same mentality of, "Oh, I ain't got to marry. I can reap these benefits." All the men who think that way are men with a weak mentality, and that's the problem with the men in this culture. They
Yeah.
think just like that. Yeah, this beast talk. We're gonna keep it 100 over here. I'm not caping for nobody. That is the mentality of a weak man and weak men who think like that collectively. You shouldn't get with a woman just to use up those years, just to
Yeah.
say, "Oh, well, I ain't get married. I ain't marry her. I walked away scotch free." That's a weak mentality as leaders, as men, because men, you want to be called leaders, right? You're a leader, right? You want her to submit and all this other stuff. Well, you got to be a real man. That's not the mindset of a leader. I'm gonna get what I can get out of it and I ain't gonna make no bond. That's not no real leader. A real leader is gonna build with his family if possible. And if it don't work out with this one, he might have to move on to somebody, but he's still trying to build. He's
Kids
not
need to
trying
be
to use
structured too.
her. You see what I'm saying? But we got to be
Mhm.
strong leaders. That's the issue. Men is listening to stuff on the internet and listening to other knuckleheads out here preaching this stuff. Oh, you ain't got
Yeah.
to get that. You ain't got to get married.
Well,
Why?
marriage
What's the
is the
problem?
foundation.
Yeah.
Marriage is the
Right.
He
foundation.
gonna be in a nursing
If
home.
It's a
Yeah.
domino
if
effect
you
too.
if you
Hey,
have that
son, where'd you
mentality,
find this?
if you have
He
that
gonna be in a nursing
mentality,
home
I
by
could take your
himself.
girl.